everybody, to In the Kitchen with Chef Hillary. My name is Lisa Moore. My husband and I are Moore Insurance Options. We're the sponsors of the event. We do Medicare. We do all the plans. Our office is actually located in the Sunshine Senior Center over in downtown on Muir Lake. If you have any questions, I'll be here. I'm happy to answer your questions. I see a lot of familiar faces. I teach the rock painting class, which is the first Friday of every month, which is a lot of fun. So if you like rock painting, you should come to that. So just so you know, it is not too late for people to change plans. So if you have friends or somebody mentions it to you, they have until March 31st. Also, because of the hurricanes in 2024, they likely have all the way until May 31st. So if they're complaining, tell them it's not too late. So now let me introduce to you Chef Hillary.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me if I speak this loud? Yes? Okay. So nice to meet you. I am Chef Hillary from Hill and Bill Natural Wellness. We are also the sponsors with Lisa, and we love them. They are great, dear friends of ours, and we highly recommend their services. So we are a holistic wellness center, and I am a holistic chef. Okay, so does everyone know what we're making today?
Yeah.
Frittatas, yes. So here's the thing. Frittatas, I've been eating them since I was young. My mom used to make them all the time. She used to use egg whites. She was watching her weight. But you know what? We're not doing that here. But you always can. You can always do egg white frittata if you are watching your cholesterol or what have you. But today we're using the whole egg. We like to use all ingredients and no waste. How does that sound?
Good.
Does that sound good? All right. So first let's talk a little bit about our ingredients here. So we are going to be cooking everything on one pan. That was loud. One pan. And this is one of my favorite pans. Has anyone seen this one before? It's a hex-clad pan. This is Chef Gordon Ramsay's line. It is one of my favorite. It's a mix between a cast iron and stainless steel. And it can go into the oven, and it's also naturally non-stick. My favorite thing in the world. So, we're going to be using everything for that today on our little burner here.
Can you use it on a glass cup?
Yeah, you can use it anywhere. It's really special. It is hand washed, unfortunately, but that's okay. Sometimes we have to hand wash them. You have to hand wash cast iron, for example, right? So today, and everyone has their little sheets? Yes. So let's make sure we have everything. And if you've ever been in my class before, and I know some of you have, or cooking demo before, I really like to use things that we can just grab at the grocery store that you normally go to. So it's not something weird or odd or something like that. So you can actually replicate it yourself. Does that make sense? Yes? We're good. Okay. So normal, right? Henley and salt. We had a very heated discussion the first demo I had here of what kind of salt do we use. So you can use whatever salt you want, Celtic salt, kosher salt, what have you. I always use fresh ground black pepper. We're using dry thyme today, but you can use fresh if you have it. And then we have sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil. And we're going to actually use this olive oil instead of separate olive oil to cook with because you have it and it has flavor, and why not, right? And then we have our Guatemala olives. If you don't like olives, that's fine. You can always take them out or use a different olive, like a black olive is a little milder, right? Then we have some feta. I got half and half. I know our sheet says milk or, non-dairy milk, so it's up to you. It's dealer's choice, right? You can use whatever you like. So, do we have any allergies in the house today?
Yeah, like everybody.
Okay. Okay, so just be aware that everything on that list is in our dish. So if you're going to try it after, please just be mindful of that. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. All right. And then what we have are our leeks. Who knows about leeks? Raise your hand. Yes, 3 of you. Okay, we're going to talk about it. I love it. So, well, first, leeks, we have our green onion. This is actually from the farmer's market. Love it so much, local. And then we have our dill as well from the farmer's market. So those are more garnishes that we're going to use later. And we have some organic spinach. That's super easy and super light. So the reason why I cut this before before you guys came. Usually I don't do that, right? Usually I start from the beginning. Because leeks almost always have a lot of sand or soil inside of them when you cook or when you cut them. So I wanted to make sure that we've washed all of that out before we actually do it, and I don't have a sink here. So typically it's gonna look like this little thing. Usually has a bigger top, right? But for whatever reason, Trader Joe's sells it like this, and that's fine. So I cut off the top and the bottom a bit so that it's easier to handle, and then you want to wash it. So right now this is halved. We're going to quarter it so that we can cook a little bit easier, and it'll become very nice and translucent in our pan. So leeks have a very mild onion flavor. It's in the onion family, or similar, right? This looks very similar, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, similar family. Just bigger. It's much milder, and it brings a little bit of a sweeter, milder and sweeter flavor to your dish. Yeah. Who has cooked with leeks before? Yes. So some of you know, right? So a lot of people will use them in soups, or maybe some leek pancakes or scallion pancakes or something like this, and they just have such a great base, similar to what an onion would do. Yeah. Do you have any questions so far? Yes? Okay. So I'm just going to get started here. First, what I'll do is I'm going to turn on the pan, right, and start to saute my leeks once I cut them. So I'm going to do about medium to medium high, just because this apparatus is a little precarious. And then what did I say? Oh yeah, the olive oil, right? So you can use butter if you want. You can use avocado oil. You can use whatever kind of oil, whatever kind of base you want. You honestly could even use water if you're really trying to, watch the oil intake for yourself. But I really like to use what I have here. It's about a tablespoon-ish and a half-ish, depending, right? Ish. So when we cook, I really like to season from the heart in what I'm doing. And so for the tastings, I'll try to show you before I actually cut into it, but I cooked one of the tastings on this pan and then another on a smaller pan. So you can honestly do it in whatever pan you want, as long as the pan can also go in the oven. So frittata is differently than an omelet. An omelet we don't usually put in the oven, right? So frittata is put in the oven because it's a little bit, we want to cook the top a little bit differently, and we're not folding it or anything like that. It's just an open face situation. Does that sound good? Okay, so obviously you can see I'm moving the oil in the pan already. Can you smell the oil a little bit? Yeah, what do you smell? What do you smell? Go ahead.
When you talk about leek, is it the green part that you just use, or you use all the way down
I use the whole thing.
to all the white?
Oh yeah,
It
you're
tastes
gonna use
just
the
as good
whole
as the
thing.
green? Okay.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, I'm gonna quarter this just because it's going to help with cooking faster, and just do what works for you. Because this, I already cut it a while ago and now it's sort of coming apart, I'm just gonna do this not so gracefully. But you can honestly just start like that, and I'm just gonna go and chop, yes? But you can do it however you like. Honestly, you can even put leeks, in a food processor and cut it that way, if that's easier for you. Some of you, I should say, some of you have not been in my class before, so let me very gently talk about the knife before I burn all of my oil off. Okay, so this is a chef knife. This is actually one of the first knives I got from culinary school, and a really good way to hold the knife. So you might see a lot of people holding like this. Have you seen that before? Mm-hmm. Is that you? I hope not after today. Or some people go like this. Oh, it makes me cringe. But with love, it's okay, it's okay. So, if you're really into cooking, I highly recommend having, at least like one knife skill class. It will really benefit you long term. First things first is you always want to have your knife be sharp. Yes? I didn't know this until I went to culinary school. And let me tell you, I was cutting tomatoes with a very dull knife my whole life, and I'm like, why are they smushing? Why are they smushing? What am I doing wrong? And then my teachers are like, oh, you just like sharpen your knife, you'll be fine. I'm like, oh, and now they don't smush anymore, and it's fantastic. So, first things first is sharpen your knife. And honestly, you can have your own knife sharpener, like the one that you can get at, the local store, like Marshall's or what have you. Or if you really want, you can get a stone. So, right now I'm just cutting this into very small strips. Yes?
You're holding it up.
I didn't tell you that
No,
part, did I?
we got the wrong
I'm
ways.
so sorry.
We got the wrong
Good
ways.
call, good call. Hillary, let me tell you. Okay, so 2 fingers on the top, the base, I should say. The base, and then comfortably rounding it on the handle. Yes? I don't want to point this at anybody. What?
Thumb and finger.
Yes.
and then
So your
3.
pointer and thumb around. Can I see everybody's pointer and thumb? And then you can imagine, and then, whoop. Yeah. So if you ever take a cooking class, they're gonna teach you how to do this with knife skills. So I'm just going in and cutting, and the reason why we hold like that is because you are protecting your wrist. Well, there's a few different reasons. One of which you're protecting your wrist. Because imagine like, if I'm cutting like this, my wrist is gonna hurt very quickly. If I'm using this whole thing, I actually can use from my core and then my whole arm. That's number one. And then number 2, you have a lot more control over the knife. So if I'm going like this is very flimsy. If I'm here, I have a knife in my hand. Okay. So you understand? This is why we do it. So, like I said, we're just gonna go in. I'm only gonna do about a leek and a half because I really don't need more than this. When I was doing the prep for this one, it was, since these leeks are pretty, they're pretty hardy, they're pretty thick, you don't really need more than that. Ooh, I brought my bench scraper for fun. Oh, you get to carry a lot of things. You can also just put this, in a bowl and toss it, but because we're here, I'm gonna do it like this. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you hear that sizzle?
Yeah, it's handy.
So I will also say, when I was preparing this dish, with these particular leeks, they didn't have a lot of water in them. So onions and the onion family typically has a lot of water in. Oh, good job, Bill. I didn't have that. You know what happened. So typically, they have a lot of water, and that will help the leeks become more translucent versus fried because we're in oil. So what I actually needed to do when I was cooking this is add a little water, which I normally would never do because you want that flavor, but because I didn't want them to fry and I more wanted them to just gently saute, yeah, I added a little water. So we'll see how this one goes.
Can you add stock instead of
You
water?
can, yeah, absolutely. A liquid, I wouldn't say wine, but you can add stock. Yes, that's fine, that's fine. And we're just gonna let this start cooking off. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper and start to season this. So when we're cooking, we want to layer our flavors, yes? If you've taken my soup class before, this was always the first one, or the stew I think we did. So we want to layer our flavors. So with salt, I have one of these at home, where you do with your fingers. So you can eyeball it if you want, or you can actually measure it. I don't have a measuring spoon with me right now, so I'm not going to do that. But you want to make sure that the leeks are not burning. Yes? So you're going to have it medium to low. You can start if you see it starts to sizzle too much. Adjust the pan, that's fine. And each pan and each burner is up to you, right? Because in my house, it's going to be different than this. In your house, it's going to be different than this. So just adjust. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yes, kind of? Okay. So I just did a little bit of salt and pepper. So I didn't do too much salt. Why? Can anyone have a gander?
So you're using olives and other things that are salty.
Yes, exactly.
And isn't Himalayan salt a little stronger
A little stronger than what?
than a regular just salt from a salt shaker?
No.
It isn't?
Yeah, like
Because it's got bigger
iodized-
crystals.
So in my experience, the sort of table salt is actually a lot saltier than this, for me. So, you know, you can kind of decide what works for you. Doing a little bit of thyme. What's the measurement on there that we did for thyme?
Half a teaspoon.
There we go. So, that's about half a teaspoon. I can eyeball things. So, but please, if you want to, use, you know, an actual measuring spoon. Again, I just don't have one right now. All right, so from there, I'm gonna let these cook down a little bit. So we want them to be translucent, yes? More or less. So it's gonna take a bit, and we'll just let that hang out. And in the meantime, we are going to start to crack our eggs. Who likes to crack eggs?
You do.
I do.
She
does.
does. No, Pat likes to crack eggs. She volunteered.
You're like, why are you? I'm not asking you to crack it.
She
It's
is
okay,
a
I'm gonna
cook.
crack it. No, that's good. Cracking eggs. Do we know do's and don'ts with cracking eggs?
Use a
Should we
knife.
go over some of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Use a
I'm
knife.
gonna do this because otherwise I need to go and wash my hands and all the things, and that's a lot more challenging. So, with cracking eggs, we want to crack the egg on a flat surface. Yes? Some of you in the back are so wonderful. You are nodding your head like you know way more than me, which I hope you do. Yeah, so right, you do it like this, right? This is how I learned it too, but if you crack it on the flat surface, it's not going to break as unevenly and start spilling out. So let's see if I'm right. I was wrong, but that's fine. I'm just kidding. It's all
Try
good.
again.
No, yeah, I think I did a little too hard. See?
Oh.
All is well. And then, ideally, you're not gonna get the shells in there, right?
Really?
If you, yeah. Yeah, right, and then it's just everywhere. Which, you know what, do what you gotta do. Do what's best for you and your family. But, what else was I gonna tell you? Oh, when and if you get a shell in there, do we know what to do? Besides ship it out. What? Yeah, with your finger. So actually, if you take the shell of itself, like if you take an actual shell and you start to scoop it out, it will adhere to it better. It's a little bit easier to take out. So
Use the shell itself.
Yeah,
Use the shells.
use like a separate part of the shell. So this is a little bit less, this is a little bit more fine. I'm gonna add a bit of water in a minute, just to help it cook through a little faster.
How many is that?
So we're doing 6. This is kind of a big pan. If you were to do egg whites, does everyone know how to separate egg yolk from egg whites? Should we try? Yeah, okay, so you're gonna break it open and let the egg white fall. And you just toss and toss and toss. You can even use your fingers. Yeah, but we're using the whole thing. So I just wanted to show you that. Okay, sounds great. Here's my trusty garbage. Are you still with me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, what's the trick how they break the egg with one hand and do it that way?
Oh,
Is that hard?
those people. No, I mean, it just takes practice.
Oh.
It just takes a little practice, that's all. So we are going to put some, where's my water? We are going to put some milk, or half and half, as I said. But honestly, first of all, you don't even have to put anything. It's honestly up to you. Adding something it depends what you're adding. So if we're adding half and half, or milk, or cream, or something like this, it's going to just make it creamier, right? So this one I'm just doing about half a tablespoon. And let's see if that's enough of water. But you honestly don't even need to add anything to the eggs, you can just keep them. It also just helps to stretch the eggs a little bit more, honestly. Or you're adding, let's say, if you add cottage cheese or you add something with more protein because you want to put more protein in your diet or what have you, then that's good too. Do we have some music somewhere? Out in the lobby? Oh, that's nice of them, isn't it? So, if you can see, they're starting to get a little translucent, right? So I just added some water, so we're just gonna let them keep cooking now. And at this point, before I start this, I'm going to just add a little bit of garlic. So I cheated. I brought my garlic from home. And what I do is I batch prep garlic. So what that means is I take my garlic, my raw garlic, and I put it in a food processor, and then I freeze it. Yeah, not in the food processor. I put it in a container, and then like this, and then I freeze it so that it stays. And then whenever I need, you know, like minced garlic in a jar or something like that, it's very similar. So, you know, for example, if you get like a whole head of garlic and, oh, maybe it's starting to, you know, mold, or maybe it's starting to, you know, sprout or what have you, you can actually save it by processing it and freezing it. Yeah, it works really well. So I just put a bit in. You can add more if you want. Who are my garlic people here? Yeah. I love garlic too, but can you smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells very good. So we are just gonna let that keep cooking down. The garlic is gonna just meld very well with that concoction, and
So what did you do with the old clothes? You said, did you put them in the freezer with anything?
So you can process them first. So that can be chopping them. That can be, what I do is I put them in a food processor because I have them. So it just chops it up, right? It makes it like a minced garlic kind of situation. And then you can store it however you want for ease of use. I know some people that they'll put it in, what is it called? Like a Ziploc freezer bag and lay it flat. And then you square them out or pour them out or what have you. And so then whenever you need it, you just break it off and then toss it in the pan.
You can put it in ice cube trays too.
Ice cube trays, yes, exactly. I mean, that's a lot of garlic, right? So, you know, maybe you take it out for the week or something like that.
You wouldn't be doing a Walton maybe, but you'd be putting, you know,
Right.
or whatever it's.
Exactly. However you want to freeze it to use it is great, and that'll work
What do you put
for you.
it in, on olive oil?
No, you can. Then you wouldn't freeze it in olive oil.
No.
That would be more preserving it. It's by itself.
Just
Just
raw
garlic,
garlic.
just raw garlic. That's fantastic. Okay, my friends, it's half and half time. Sometimes I'll put just water. So I want it a little bit thinner, a little bit bubblier, what have you. But we're gonna do a little bit more than that. It's a little bit of cream. Can someone tell me how much is in the recipe?
A quarter cup.
2.5.
Good. Oh, we're gonna eyeball it, because I can. And I know how much is needed in this pan. So we're gonna do that. That's my way of cooking. But for you, again, if you have the measurings, please use them if you don't feel comfortable otherwise. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is simply breaking the yolk first with my whisk. You can use a fork if you don't have a whisk. It all works. First I like to break them, because then it really ensures that they're all going to be broken. And once they're all, I'm just going to whisk it. So the more that you whisk, the more air that's going to be in the mixture itself, and then that's going to puff it up once it cooks. Yes? Like a quiche, like whatever. Like a frittata. So if you use a if you use a bigger pan, for example, and less eggs or less mixture, it's going to make a thinner layer of egg. Hello. So let's see. Yeah. So this is pretty much mixed. Just your standard eggs and cream, my friends. Very simple. before I put everything in because no one wants a crunchy leek in their frittata, I promise. And I'm honestly just spreading them out so they have a good amount of heat. And because this is like a cast iron, it's going to evenly distribute. Okay. Once this cooks down a bit more, I'm going to add my spinach. Does anyone know why?
Once it cooks down.
Cooks down
It cooks
fast.
down so fast. You're gonna see it. Yeah. Ready, go. Like this is gonna be this. Because there's so much water in the spinach. It just cooks down. And that's fantastic. We love that about spinach. So once I do that, I'll pour the egg mixture in. And then as it's starting to set, I will put the rest of our ingredients in. How does that sound? Sound good? I like it. Alright, just give it another sec.
What do you mean by it's like a cast iron?
Oh, you weren't here when I did my little spiel about it.
Sorry.
That's okay, I'm not judging you. I'm just, I want to make sure I'm saying it all clearly. So this particular pan, this is a hex-clad pan, the type of pan it is, and it's a hybrid between cast iron, non-stick, and what did I say? Stainless steel. It's an amazing pan.
And it won't kill you? Like
No, this is non-toxic, completely non-toxic. Yeah, it's really good. The hex-clad.
X-class.
Hex-clad, yep.
X-class.
Look up Gordon Ramsay. That's his line of dishes, which I really like his
Does it
stuff.
cook just like a cast iron?
It cooks better than a cast iron.
Really?
Yeah, because it's non-stick,
It's
naturally.
lighter.
Do you have any cutting boards that you can recommend?
Ooh, that's a good question. This is their cutting board in Gulfport. I really like to use wood, bamboo, something that's not going to, flake off and get in my food.
I use
What?
titanium.
I like that metal
That
one.
is harder because it will mess up your knives.
Yeah, how about that metal one that they're with
Titanium.
titanium or whatever else?
Yeah, the-
A titanium cutting board?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
I have, I love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was just wondering, is the pan as heavy as
It's not, it's much lighter, it's much lighter. Usually with
Because
cast
my
iron, I'm like,
cast iron are,
yeah, no, they are. I mean, it's not too light, honestly, it's not that light, but they make smaller ones that are much lighter in
yeah,
the same batch of the
I just
pans.
wondered, thank you.
Yeah, honestly, I got this at Costco, you guys. Online, they have a relationship with Hexclad, so.
Get the whole line of them, or did you get that?
I got,
Is it
what did I get?
H-E-X?
HEXCLAD.
H-E-L.
And if they want to work with us, Hexclad, please feel free to be our sponsor. If you're listening, Hexclad. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I got they have a special going on right now, I think until April or May, and you get like a free pan with it.
You get a free
versus-
pan.
A free pan, versus getting it just on their website with Costco. So it came with this, and then a smaller one, and then another smaller one after that, and a wok, which I use a lot. I love woks, they're really helpful. Okay, these are gonna start burning if I don't.
So wait,
if I don't
that
put
was
this
the
down.
special at Costco or on their website?
Costco. Yeah. All right, so I'm adding the spinach now, about a handful. This is gonna cook down so quickly. We're just gonna add a little more because we have it. And just toss it, honestly. At this time, if you wanted to add any other herbs or spices, you're welcome to. I didn't right now because we're going to add so many other things. But if you were to have different ingredients in this, you could, at this time. And then, what was your name? Me? No.
My name?
Yes.
Debbie.
Debbie. Debbie asked me earlier if she could add shrimp to this, and I said, of course you can, Debbie. The thing about a frittata is you can really make it however you like. Like a pizza, but healthier, right? Sort of. So not that pizza's terribly unhealthy for you, depending on the ingredients, but
When would you add it?
yeah, so what I recommend is you want to cook everything down before you put it in the oven. Yes, more or less. So I would at least par cook the shrimp. Like I don't know if you're using frozen shrimp or if you're using raw shrimp or what have you, but I would at least have it, 75% of the way there because this is not going in the oven for that long. It's really just to get a good top. Yeah, to cook the top. So this one, do you see how quickly the spinach is unspinaching or is wilting, I can say. And I'm just moving it around, and honestly, you don't even have to do that. I'm just doing it because my hands need something to do right now while I'm standing here. So, yeah, wilting spinach, super simple. Has anyone wilted spinach before?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
Yes. It's one of my favorite things to, really any, leafy green like this you can wilt. And it's so good on the side of, your salmon or in your soup or something like this. Fun fact also, you can freeze spinach and use it. Like let's say I have a box of spinach and I'm not using it, you can freeze it and then put it in your dishes for later.
In the original bag.
So I see some heads moving.
Yeah, in the original bag.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
It's so
Ooh, I love that question. I was actually going to say that.
So if you freeze spinach like that, do you pull it out and use it in a salad or?
No, then it's going to wilt.
Oh, like use it in something like
You
that?
only use it if you're cooking.
Or
So
I
you
use it in
asked
my
if there were other
smoothie. I put it in my
smoothies. Yes,
smoothie.
exactly, 100%. Yeah. If you were just to eat it like raw,
Yeah.
unless you like that taste.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so you asked about other greens. That's a great question. What I can recommend if you're looking for like a spin to the stems off, cook them in a different way.
Arugula.
Arugula is a little different. You can cook arugula. I mean, it's a thing. It's gonna be spicier, and it's gonna give you a little bit of a different texture. I need to get these eggs in, so give me 1 sec. Okay.
So
Okay.
just chop.
Give me 1 sec. I'll answer you in just a second. I wanna make sure I'm getting this in on time now. Okay, so this is about wilted. It's about 90% of the way there of the wilt that I want. So you don't want it to be like deep green. Then you're cooking all the nutrients out of it. You want it to be relatively the same green or just a little bit darker, right? So not too like swamp green, yes? Okay. So I'm gonna take our egg and very carefully, let's see if you can see, very just carefully start to put it in. So why am I doing it carefully? Because if I do it very fast, it starts to move everything. And I don't want it to move, I want it to stay in its place. And then, imagine you have like all the spinach on that side, right? So that's not fun. We want a full bite. Okay, so from here, we're gonna add our delicious toppings. And right now what's happening since I still have the burner on, is it's setting underneath, right? So in the oven it's gonna set, but we're really, in the oven we really want it to set on the top. Okay, so, let's see. Yes. I drained most of this out so that we could use it and it's not spilling everywhere. I'm going to quarter these, yes. And then we're gonna put it on, just straight. What?
They're very salty.
Okay, so we won't put too many on. Well, you can always take them out. Okay, so.
Substitute stuff, that's what I substitute.
Yeah, you can do black olives. So I'm just quartering them like this and then putting them on. Just like that.
Like regular green olives, like you can't see.
Say it again?
Olives?
Yes, cut them all olives. Yep. You can use green olives, you can use black olives if you want a milder flavor. You can put whatever you want in it. What?
Not use olives.
Not use olives.
Not used
That's
olives?
what she said.
Or not use olives at all? That took me a minute. I was like, what?
Is that a new kind of olive I haven't heard of? Oh, they
You don't have a
look
recipe
red.
to use olives?
No, I was like, aren't all olives? I don't know. Alright, so I think,
So I noticed you use one knife for all your cutting too. You
Yeah.
don't change for
well,
small
it
things.
depends. Typically, like I'll just, if I'm cooking something like this, I'm not gonna change it. I'll just wipe it off. Depends on the dish.
Our son and daughter-in-law got knives for wedding gifts and they were like $300 knives each.
Oh, yeah.
Each knife was here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you'll find that for sure.
Sure.
For sure you will find that. Okay, so we're good with that. These I'm not gonna cut, because they're already like, not that big unless you cook them. They're going to shrink down a bit.
So you decorate your cake.
Yeah. What are these? These are sun-dried tomatoes. So with sun-dried tomatoes, you can get them in olive oil like this, or, yeah, just like little, right? You can chop them if you want, like I said, if you don't love the whole mouth of sun-dried tomatoes like I do. But you can get them in olive oil like this at Trader Joe's or wherever.
What about anchovies?
Hang on, or if you get them not in olive oil, you can, and they're dried, you just have to rehydrate them before you use them. Yes, anchovies, you could if you want. Yeah, they're Thai. I have a little Thai friend on me.
They come in olive oil.
Yes, they do. Yeah. I mean, you have to really like that flavor, and they're very salty. So I wouldn't put Guatemala olives with them for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm just decorating it. You guys can't see this, but you'll see it in the other one that I'm doing, that I'm cooking right now. And then our favorite. So this is very Greek inspired, right? This flavor profile is very Greek inspired. But like I said, you can put whatever you want in it and make your own. So let's say you wanted to have like Mexican inspired. You want to put peppers and onions and maybe, you know, some queso fresco cheese or what have you, so you can do that. So I'm just gently sprinkling liberally. You can do it liberally however you like. And like I said, as I'm here, the bottom is supposed to be setting. We're gonna check on it in a minute.
What do you have in heat set?
Right now I put it at like medium low because it was sizzling. But typically, like I said, like before, you know, you want to just check on it. So your heating, your oven or your stove is going to be different than mine. So when I was cooking this at my house, I had it on low because mine was really heating up quickly. And this one, because it's so small, yeah. It's such a small burner, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Many stoves, they give you a big burner and a small burner. Should
You mean some of
match-
these?
No, on your.
Like a regular one?
Yeah.
I like to match it because it's gonna cook evenly. But if you can't, you just do your best, right? So while that's setting,
How long have you been a chef?
for a long time, but
2 days,
professionally,
right?
yeah, professionally 2 years. Yeah, like where I'm actually, you know,
How long is culinary school?
culinary school, it just depends. Everyone is different.
You were gonna mention more greens, what are the?
Yes, oh, thank you for reminding me, you're so wonderful. Greens, okay, chard, you could do baby kale, you could do arugula.
Baby.
Yeah, baby kale, because usually, you know, kale has a very strong flavor profile, and depends what kind of kale you use. You can honestly, like, let's say you want to make an Asian-inspired one, you could use bok choy, you can use tatsoi, you can, you know, the green part, maybe not the stem because it's very watery. But yeah, whichever green you really like. Those are pretty big. Those can be kind of spicy, so you just want to make sure. Fennel greens you can use, beet greens you can use, but it's gonna make your eggs
Red.
red. Just be aware. Yeah.
Fennel does?
No, beet greens.
Oh, beet.
Beet greens. Yeah. All right. For one moment, yes, I want to cut my garnishes. So this is totally optional. You don't have to use a garnish. I like using a garnish because it makes everything very pretty. It also adds some delicious flavor that we wouldn't otherwise experience. So I'm going to use my green onion from the farmer's market that I got. Who likes the Saturday morning market? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, very good.
Tuesday morning.
Yes, well, Tuesday morning market and Saturday morning market is in St. Pete. Sorry.
St. Pete.
St. Pete.
Tuesdays is.
So the white part I'm not using. This white part we typically want to cook down. Cut it, cook down. Not using that today. I'm gonna use the green ones mostly. It's just a little bit milder flavor. So I like to cut on a bias, so slanted, but you can cut however you want. Yeah? This is very thick, right? Very thick. So if you want to, you can cut it in half and that's okay. It's really up to you. Chef's choice. Like one side is starting to set and the other side is not. And that's fine.
So you would probably have this put together in 15 minutes.
Or less. Yeah, right now I'm just, it's taking longer.
Well, no, I
because I'm
don't, I
talking.
appreciate that, but we're here.
Yeah, but honestly, it wouldn't take you that long either, quite honestly, especially if you had everything already cut before you start. Then it wouldn't be too much of a challenge. So that's about enough that I want to use. I don't want to garnish it too much. It's going to overpower the dish. And then, what else did I say? Dill. So with dill, I'm not going to chop it this time because I don't want it to wilt too much. So I'm just going to gently break it off. And I already washed this. So I'll gently break it off from the stem, larger stems. And then we're going to garnish it at the end. This is more if you're having like a dinner party or a breakfast brunch or something like that, and you want to, elevate your dishes with some nice garnishes. Like I said, so depending on the chef that you're talking to, they'll say, don't garnish anything unless it's part of the dish, right? Like, don't just put it all over something random if it's not really supposed to be there just to make it pretty. And I agree with that most of the time. I worked for HSN for a while, and so I was doing food styling on TV, right? And so you want to put things to make it green and beautiful and da-da-da. But in real life, do you really want to do that? It depends, right? It depends on the situation. So because I really love dill, I'm going to put dill on it, and I want that little hint of fresh herb when I'm eating it, right? If you don't like that, you don't have to use it. You can use parsley, and that's what's on the sheet as well. You can use whatever kind of herbs that you like. Yeah, arugula would be great. Some, what are they called? Sprouts. Sprouted.
Chives, too strong.
Chives sounds great. Yeah, of course. Chives is in the green family. So how are we doing, y'all? Yes?
What would you serve with this? What would you serve with this? If it was
I love that question. Okay.
fancy breakfast or something?
Yeah.
Sausage.
Well, yes, it quite depends, right? So, I would do, what would I do? I love like a fresh Israeli salad type situation. So like, fresh, cucumber and tomatoes with parsley and, and tahina with it and whatever. So that can be really delicious. No? Some of you are frowning your brow. You're like, I don't like this.
I like that.
Lisa, how are you feeling about it?
Is it tabbouleh? Is that?
No, tabbouleh is different. Yeah, it's similar but different. It's different. Tabbouleh is like more of a couscous type of situation, or I forgot the grain, what the grain is called right now. But yeah, or like a nice crispy potato. Yes. Some of you. So honestly, it's what you feel, what you want to do. Yeah. But I would definitely add a starch to this because this has very little. Okay, so it's starting to set. I love it. Like a quiche. Actually, if you wanted to sort of make this into a quiche, you could by adding the bottom. So I've done, what do I do? A potato bottom, right? So you can parboil the potato, and then you squish it at the bottom, or you make a crust out of it in the beginning and bake it off, and then you would prepare this, like prepare everything and then toss the egg inside of it together, and then bake that. It's really nice. Alright, so since the bottom is starting to set, I'm going to put this in the oven for 365? No, 350, sorry.
375.
375? Well, I lied. We're doing 350.
So is it
This pan is extra good, so we don't have to do it so high. Yeah, I would do 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes and just check on it. So what you're looking for is a little bit of browning around the sides, you know, like sort of golden brown delicious, and you don't want it to dry out too much.
So you don't put the garnish on until it comes out of the oven?
Are you drooling yet?
There's a lot of time.
Alright, give me 1 second.
But she would, the bottom would be cooked and then she would pour it over and put it on top in the same pan. Like I said, I don't know how she did it, but my mother-in-law used to. I didn't get that skill.
What's fennel? She was saying.
Fennel.
What's fennel?
It's,
What is it?
it looks like celery, but it has a, what do I want to say, an almond flavor?
Oh, really?
Anise flavor, yeah.
Fennel?
Isn't that what fennel is, like an anise flavor?
Oh no, it's not as severe as anise.
No?
Fennel's like a dill licorice.
Oh,
That sounds weird, but it's really delicious. I love dill. It looks almost exactly like this, and then it's a bowl.
yeah, I want to.
So I did put the garnish on this before. Yes, this is the power of television, the power of.
I like the idea of sweet potato when she said that. I thought she just meant put some sauce or
The
something.
reason why you don't want to put it on beforehand is because then it'll burn like that. But I did it so we could, you know, take some pictures and it's beautiful. But we can actually add it right now, just a bit, to make it a little bit more fresh. And you honestly just make it like as if you're gonna cut it and it's gonna be a little bit bite, right? Do we have any questions? Is everyone okay?
Oh, yeah.
You're silent. I'm
No, I
worried.
I like your sweet potato idea. You know how you were saying what to put with it? That would give it more color if you have a sweet potato.
The sweet potato would be good, yeah. Like a sweet potato, like caramelized or something like that would be nice.
It changes the flavor totally.
It does change the flavor. Well, I wouldn't necessarily put it with this, but yes. Okay, so let's see how we are going to cut this, that everyone will have some. And then the other one is also cooking. This is, I was looking for this for so long and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I randomly found it at Aldi.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding, like I was really
You
looking
found
for
what?
this like cleaver type deal. So I'm cutting it like this because I want everyone to have some. If you're having like a party or what have you, you're not gonna cut it like this. You would cut it, you can cut it like a pie, in, you know, like a pizza pie.
What do you call that?
Cleaver.
Cleaver, or there's another name for it, I don't remember right now.
Or cleaver?
Yeah,
Like a meat
Chopper?
like a meat cleaver.
Cleaver.
You could honestly also use a pizza cutter for this.
But I think they, when he was dead, they called it.
So are these made exactly the way you made this one?
Yes, exactly. So one of them, this one I use regular olive oil, and then this one I use this sundry olive oil. Yeah, because I wanted you guys to have like little different tastes and just see how it changes the color and kind of. Right.
See, I guess we'll get a square range.
You will, I'm sorry, there's not a whole like breakfast spread, but maybe one day.
I just put this on.
Nobody mentioned fresh fruit.
What?
Fresh fruit, we call it.
Fresh fruit, yeah.
That's what I was thinking, like a nice fruit salad. Fruit's so nice right now. Berries.
Good way.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much, that's so sweet of you.
Was your culinary school down here?
No, it was an online program.
You have to cook for them.
Sort of. It's a long story. I'd be happy to tell you when I'm not cutting this.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't think it was even possible.
Yeah, you know, after, especially after COVID, a lot of things went online, so they were able to create it. What?
Did you have it in person at all, or was it all online?
It was all online.
Oh.
How do you cook your final jam?
I know they taste it,
You guys, come on! You have to document a lot of things. So you like take video or take a picture or stuff like that.
Did you ever cook abroad? Did you ever cook abroad or go
Abroad.
In another country?
Not specifically, no. I mean, I studied abroad in Italy, but
Oh, that's what I thought, but it wasn't cooking.
I didn't cook there.
You ate there, though.
Well, I cooked my own meals, but not, yeah, I ate there. I'll let the cooking up to them, and I'll just let. All right, so my friends, can I take a picture of you? To also, I don't know, or all of us all hi. All of us all together or something, and then we can, you know, divvy out some of the. Do you wanna get one
Behind you.
with it? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you want to, yep.
We'll do a selfie.
Okay, you're younger, you're going to be better at
Okay, I
selfie.
will selfie us.
Okay. I'll come here.
Right, you can come here. I think if we, yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Food in it? We all probably bought your food.
That's okay. I got pictures of it before I started.
We should take some pictures of food.
Okay. Let me start to divvy this up for everybody, and then you can come up and grab some. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sounds awesome.
I wanted to try it.
What are you waiting for? Come on.
You want us to come up?
Come on with me. Grab and go. Grab, and go. And then if we have extra, be careful. So if we have extra, you're welcome to have it. If you need a fork.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I was like, keep it a chill.
I wonder what they'll do there.
Excuse me, please step over here.
Sorry. Doing my best here.
You want me to get you one?
Yeah.
parsley, because I'm just parsley. She didn't put the parsley on, she put the dill. That's right.
Yes, we will play the other night. I get better plays with some dried tomato. I only play
We had a party over there.
And honestly, you put your hand in my hand. It's a very small piece.
three.
She hasn't paid for it.
What are they?
It'll price it. You just got some, you have it.
Yeah.
No, no,
I like that mindset. Thank Well, 1.5.
My dad had a massage and
We've got about 4 this way.
One up there.
I think that's kind of hard. You want to come around?
No, I know you did, but I can see that.
Okay.
You're in the line.
Bob.
I love these things. Do that.
With the pin that went through it to hold it.
And then I wake up at about 1 in the morning and go, huh? You couldn't sleep?
Yeah, I